since this guy's been on, we've gotten new music, we've gotten a new graphic package, we've gone to HD, we look stunning right now, and this guy is a new home, which is awesome. Charlie Burrell with the Humanity Project, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, very thrilled to have you back. So the new digs, 449 St. George Street, the old Dance East building.
Yeah.
Last time we talked, you were in trials and tribulations trying to get a new building. You were going just went everywhere to try to get someplace to house this, and you finally got it. So how did this come together?
It happened because of an amazing community of people. An amazing community of people who don't want to see people eat out in a parking lot and don't want to see people sleep outside. Our building was bought by little children that gave us their allowance and their lunch money, to a homeless gentleman that gave me $2, to Rogers TV holding a telethon for us, and people holding fundraisers all over our city. It was really a community effort to buy a home for our community that's run by our community. You know, it's the greatest feeling in the world, knowing that, like, even tonight, it was snowing, and we weren't out in a parking lot serving food. We were inside serving people with love, dignity, and respect.
And I've never seen you beam this much. Like, you're just, like, your smile is radiating.
Yeah, if you, you spend 200 plus days in a parking lot, and it was a long, hard summer, but, you know, there's so many people that I could sit here for hours thanking, that stuck with it and didn't give up on the people in our community. And I don't know how somebody couldn't smile about that, you know. When you see little kids that were sitting outside in the pouring rain eating their supper because that was the one meal they might have had that day, and now they're sitting inside at a table and having conversations and being able to talk, and when it's raining they're not wet. There's no better feeling I've ever had in my life than that, you know, to know that these people are taken care of.
And I remember last time that we talked, you were talking about the urgency to get a building because of the winter.
Yeah.
You know, you'd said summer is one thing. At least summer it's hot and it's cool enough in the evening, but you're not freezing.
Yeah.
You know, but when it comes to the winter, it's a whole thing altogether. So how does it feel that now in the winter, as you've said, now you can serve these people and have a have a warm place and have a place where you can serve hot meals inside, you know, and take care of all that?
It feels absolutely amazing. It feels like we're getting back to where we used to be. You know, our days aren't spent cooking and then dragging the food from one location or multiple people's houses to a parking lot and then having to set everything up, serve everybody, tear it down, divide up the dishes. Everybody does a little bit of the dishes and we all bring them back the next day. It's a lot easier now that we have a home. We can just cook and clean and get things done, all organized, and it's coming together day by day, you know, and you know, so a lot of our time's not dedicated now to solely just pulling off of our feeding program to make sure everybody's fed, but now we're able to not only feed people but get back to housing people as quickly as we can and helping them with the other things they need. So
tell us all about 449 St. George Street. What are some of the assets? What are the appeals of the new building? What do you got in there?
It's simply the most magical place on earth. And it's awesome.
What's the old Dance East building? There's still a lot
of
there's still a lot of magic. There's some old magic found in that.
That's right. It was lingering behind, and it found its way to us. But it's great. It's great because when people come into our building or come in to eat, we don't want them to feel like they're in a place for the poor, a place for the needy. We want them to feel like they're in their favorite restaurant, they're at their favorite dining experience, they're with their family or their friends, and they can relax. You know, for somebody that spends their nights sleeping underneath a bridge or sleeping in a park, they have enough of a hard enough time every day. So when they come in for that 2 hours a day or those 3 hours a day, I want them to forget their worries. I want them to forget their problems, and I want them just to relax, you know, and to me, that's the greatest thing in the world. So what we're doing down there, you know, we're definitely not a soup kitchen. On Remembrance Day, we served up lobster rolls and homemade sausages, and we're serving the very best to people in our community because that's what they deserve. They deserve to have the very best. So I'm just smiling. I'm happy, you know. I'm so happy and I'm so proud of our community for what they did.
Yeah, we can see it here now. Look at all that room.
Yes.
I remember even in the last place you know, you'd rub elbows up with some people sometimes. Look at all that room.
Yeah, there's our makeshift kitchen for now, and then that was our storage area. And there's a little bit of our prep area. There's Betsy and Brian, our two stoves. They've cooked a lot of meals for a lot of people, so we have room to grow and room to expand, and we have a home to put our roots down and build on ending hunger and homelessness in our city and eradicating poverty. I truly believe it's possible, and I believe it's possible if we all continue to work together. That's not just the people that support us, but that's the people that use our services, because it really truly does take all of us to fix this problem.
Yeah, and even speaking of services, even logistically for you guys, now you have a home base so you can say, yeah, come see us here instead of this parking lot, or I'll come meet you somewhere, or, logistically there's a home base where you can get your mail, where you can get all, all this can be sent there now.
Exactly, and the thing is, right now, a majority of our building is taken up by kitchen space because we have it all downstairs. Once we do our renovations and get our kitchen upstairs, it'll allow us to get what kids needs programs back in the building going, like tutoring children, and so we can do our school supply drives, our Christmas drives, things like that, right? So to be able to put all those services into one building so that when someone comes for dinner and they're getting something to eat, if you look down and they have holes in their shoes and you can see their toes, they're not going to leave without a pair of sneakers. So they not only leave with a full belly, but they also leave with the things that they need and the help that they need. So I'm super excited. I'm super happy. I'm happy that we have a home. I'm so happy for the people in our community who deserve this. They deserve to have a place. And I'm so happy for all those people. And I'm so thankful for all the people in our community and around the world who supported our initiative and helped us buy a home for our community. I can never thank those people enough.
And looking ahead to the future, you guys are already doing, I know you mentioned renovations and getting What Kids Need back up and running, but Humanity Project and What Kids Need is still doing stuff, because there's a toy drive that's still coming with over 650 children already signed up.
Yeah, we have over 650 children that are already signed up for our school supply drive this year, and that's children that aren't using the other services, because we always check with the other services to avoid duplication. And we just feel like every child should have something under the tree. Little children are innocent. They're not doing anything wrong. And for a child to wake up on Christmas and have nothing under the tree, that's one of the most heartbreaking things, because every child deserves to enjoy their childhood. And so we're just doing what we can and working with companies and businesses that are sponsoring children and helping us out, and people dropping off toys, so that hopefully we can get all of these children this year something under the tree.
So that's the hope for that. And then what's the future coming up after? What's this renovation you've been talking about, first of all? What's the idea behind that? What's going to happen? Because you guys said you're mostly downstairs now. So what's going to happen upstairs and all that stuff?
We're going to build a awesome new kitchen, with like a walk-in freezer, cooler, stuff like that, so it makes it a little easier on us. And then we're going to have a dining hall. And like I said, it's going to be a one-of-a-kind community center like none other. When people come in, they're going to feel at home, and that's really important. So we have a lot of plans. Into the future, we're looking at some housing ideas that we have. It might not be on that same property. It might be on another location. But in our city, we have a desperate need for affordable housing right now. And it's not just affordable housing for people that are homeless. It's affordable housing for people that are working and barely making ends meet. There is a lot of people in our city who are suffering, and there is not even close to enough affordable housing for these people to live in. So we're looking at different housing ideas and projects, to try to alleviate some of that, so we have less people sleeping on our streets at night and more people sleeping in a bed. So we got all kinds of ideas and all kinds of plans, but we're just taking it one day at a time. Not that long ago, we were standing in a parking lot, and today we have a place where we can call home. So the future looks good. The future looks good.
And the most important part is now that that's taken care of, is the future is looking at what you guys can continue to do, because it's not done just because you have a place.
That was just a speed bump in the road.
That was a speed bump. There's things to do. There's still work to do.
That's right. There's always something to do. There's always new ways to progress and look for new ideas towards finding solutions to some of these problems. Doing the same thing over and over for the next 20 years is never going to cut it. It's never going to fix it. When we sealed the deal with Superstore to stop throwing out food and donate it instead, we're able to feed healthy, nutritious meals to a lot of people because of that. And we plan on lobbying our government to pass a law across our whole country so nobody throws out food. So it's all donated, because our country would be that much better off, and we would change the face of hunger in our country if we all work together. So, whether we're starting on a small scale here or we're working towards our big ideas and big goals in the end, it's all going towards the same thing, but we're just doing it one day at a time and as much as we can do each day.
Yeah, put your pants on one leg at a time, strap
That's
up
right.
your boots, and all those other fun cliches.
That's
you know?
right. That's
what
yeah,
you got to do.
basically.
That's what you got to do.
Basically, you know. Not giving up was the hardest part. The whole summer, not giving up, whether it was myself or the other volunteers, but every day when you look at people and you see people, that 98% of those people have less than you do, it makes you appreciate the things you have. And
It
makes
really
you
does.
fight. It does.
And it's awesome, and it's great. And go check these guys out, 449 St.
That's right.
George Street, and humanityproject.ca. Charlie Burrell, thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome.